Welcome back. Yes. Oh my God. You're all still here. I'm so glad. You didn't go anywhere. You love me. Guys, I am so excited about our next guest. He is super amazing. He is the Director of Public Affairs for Planned Parenthood of New Mexico. Give it up for Marshall Martinez.
Hi, how's it going?
Mr. Martinez, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Great.
You guys have the same glasses.
It's because they're extra stylish.
Oh,
super
yes.
fashionable.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I really do. I also like that your hair matches your shirt.
Daily, every day.
Every day?
Yep.
Do you
Extra
change
early.
your hair color, or you just wear pink every single day?
Do I have to answer that?
You can do whatever you want. Wouldn't make you do anything against your will, Marshall.
Oh, how kind of you.
Tell me, what exactly does your role entail? Tell me what you do for Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I oversee the Public Affairs Department. That is 4 community organizers and a manager across the state of New Mexico. And we really work to make sure that folks who we know believe strongly in access to reproductive health care understand how to engage civically, how to engage with the legislature, when it is appropriate to vote, when it's not appropriate to vote, and how to sort of make their opinions known across the state.
Okay, so does that mean that you are a lobbyist for Planned Parenthood?
I am registered as a lobbyist for Planned Parenthood, but really my life and career has been in organizing. I'm a community organizer, so I help people find their power and figure out how to use it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dave, is that how you got into magic? Is that somebody helped you find your power?
Of course.
Very good. All right.
Organizers are everywhere.
Yes. Tell me, what are some of your most ambitious goals with Planned Parenthood this year?
Actually, we just attained our #1 goal for this last year, which was our annual Power Summit. It's a training to teach people under the age of 30 how to be organizers in their communities. And we trained over 167 people from across the state of New Mexico for 2.5 days in Santa Fe.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that.
Very cool. Tell me about House Bill 51. I know that it's been very controversial and some people don't really understand it. So give me just a brief understanding.
Yeah, absolutely. In 1969, New Mexico passed a law that criminally banned access to abortion across the state, except in some very specific circumstances. The Supreme Court has made that law not enforceable. We know there are changes happening at the Supreme Court. So House Bill 51 just repeals that law. It just says that what has been true for the last 40 years will continue to be true. That individuals and their medical providers will be able to make their own personal health care decisions without any government interference. Most importantly, it takes criminal law out of people's personal medical decisions.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm glad that you are out there spreading the good word, because I have to tell you, I use Planned Parenthood for my birth control needs, which I may have yelled at you for earlier because my IUD hurts. But I forgive you.
Thank you.
And I cherish you. And also, if you could slip me some ibuprofen, that would be awesome.
As an organizer, that's not really in my scope of practice, but I can refer you to any one of our nurse practitioners if you'd like. Okay. Sorry, that may not be the answer you wanted to hear.
No, truly, I appreciate you and your organization. Tell me how people like me who support Planned Parenthood and others can actually help, you know, make your cause go further. How can we get involved?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the #1 thing that folks can do is just be in touch with your elected officials. Go to the New Mexico Legislative website, call your legislators and let them know to support House Bill 51 and broader access to contraception. But also, our main office is on San Mateo here in Albuquerque. You can stop by and meet with any of our organizers during most normal business hours or find us on the internet.
You just have to get through the barricade of protesters to get in. However, I will say that I very much appreciate that there is always somebody waiting with an umbrella to guard your face from the people who are trying to shame you for getting birth control.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unfortunate that we have to have that, but I'm so grateful for our escorts because they're amazing.
They are always so nice. I've never had a bad experience at Planned Parenthood. Can we just give it up again for Planned Parenthood? This might be just like one of my favorite things that I've ever done in my life. Just to take like a brief step back, break the fourth wall moment. I have an amazing magician, Dave Grimm, and a public affairs director for Planned Parenthood. It's like two of my favorite things in the world. The only thing I'm disappointed about is that you're both men. It's a little unfair. Do you ever feel like there's hope? Because I feel like Planned Parenthood has been just in a constant fight, in a constant struggle, and sometimes I'm sure it has to feel endless.
Yeah, it definitely does. The president just handed down a new Title X rule that will affect us a lot. But I do continue to have hope because I regularly encounter people in communities who say, thank you. Because of Planned Parenthood, I got my birth control services. I was able to get my cancer screening. My mom took me to Planned Parenthood because that's where she got her birth control because she heard from her aunt. And so it can be really tough, but as an organizer, I have to be consistently optimistic. And at the end of the day, I know that what we're doing is the right thing for our communities. So I just keep trudging through.
That's great. Tell me, Dave, how have you benefited from Planned Parenthood?
My IUD doesn't hurt as much as yours. So I don't know. I think I got like the
softer kind.
The better one?
the male version.
Okay, I'm going to just open the platform to you, to this camera here, to just tell New Mexicans, young, old, male, female, why they should care about Planned Parenthood, why we should be getting involved, and what are the ways that we can.
Absolutely. We're the largest and oldest sexual and reproductive health care provider in the country. As such, we provide things from access to birth control to HIV testing and HIV prevention medications for communities across the state. And so, I just really encourage people to take a step back and think about, if not yourself as somebody who's benefited from the services that we provide, your mother, your sister, your friend around the corner. What we know is that communities are stronger and healthier when they have access to the full range of sexual and reproductive health care services. And that could go away very easily at any time, especially with what we're facing in this country right now. So it's important not only to be there to support your friends and family as maybe their patients, as maybe they have to go through the protesters or whatever, but also just to know that this organization cannot be here if not for people in our communities stepping up to make sure we can keep providing that care for our patients. That's what I would say.
I want to thank both of you so much for coming on tonight. It really is a fabulous, fabulous episode, if you ask me. Make sure that you go and check out Dave Grimm at magicgrimm.com. And is it plannedparenthood.org?
PlannedParenthood.org or pprm.org.
And that's going to be for the more regional?
Yep.
Okay. So you can go to either pprm.org or plannedparenthood.org. There is so much information there. Let me tell you firsthand that I have used both of those websites to be able to book appointments. I got to read all about the birth control methods before I decided which one I was going to go with. It's an amazing resource. Make sure you're using it, and if you do use it, make sure that you are supporting them with your hard-earned cash. Put it into words. Give it to them now. You can tell that this is something I feel very strongly about because I'm not usually this aggressive about. I'm not even sure that that's allowed on public access. But do it anyway. Thank you so much. Give it up again for my guests, Dave Grimm and Marshall Martinez. Make sure you guys check out next week's episode also, and have a great night.